everybody! I'm AB Haunted Thrills, and I'm back with another video. And today, I figured before it was too late to make one last real quick, actually there'll be one more after this, but one more Fright Fest video. This one is gonna be about Six Flags Great Adventure Fright Fest Maze Review. I figured instead of doing just like a review, I would do a tier list. And the things on the top of the screen are not sponsored. It just shows up on the website. Anyways, figure out how to get that out of the way. So, let's get right into this tier list. So first things first, we got fears. Actually, I'm going to put Manor right there so we can do Manor right next. So first things first, we got fears. So fears is pretty much where it will go into all the different fears. Like clowns, spiders, rain, heights, blah, blah, blah. All them fears. In fears, it was alright. Oh, well, first, I gotta say, I went into the mazes twice this year. One for preview nights, and one for, one for power hours. So, yeah. So, I got to experience them all twice. And so, fears. Fears will go through all the fears, blah, 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 blah. And, yeah. The problem I have with fears and the Manor, because they're in the same building, is that I feel like Six Flags, when they make their mazes every year, they don't really care about them ones anymore. I feel like that they care about the other ones a lot more. And like fears, like when they talk about what they're gonna change in their mazes, I feel like that they do not talk about fears and the Manor. So actually, I'm going to talk about both of them right now. Both of them need a lot of work on getting scare actors. The one time I went in there, it was alright. They had about... Actually, I think I went into one of them 3 times to check it out. Because I remember the one time I went in there, there was 3 scare actors. The other time it was alright. There was about 6. Double that. Same thing, I think it was the Manor that had that. The Manor always has issues with having scare actors. Fears, that's alright. They kind of do have scare actors in there. It's not as many as the other mazes. I'd say at max there might be 9 scare actors in the 3-minute long maze. But yeah, so it's like a medium length maze. But pretty much there is a few jump scares. Not all that crazy. So fears, I'll rate fears first. Oh, fears, I'm going to give it a solid... Actually, they're both going to go into C tier. They are both C tier mazes. Next, we got Aftermath. I really like Aftermath, and I'm going to tell a funny story right now. So the first time I went into Aftermath, you know how they're on the ground? It was at the end of the maze. They were on the ground. There was one dude on the ground in the middle of the walkway to get out of the maze. So I was just walking to the exit, and then I stepped on this dude. I have no clue if he was acting or not, because he was like, ow, someone help, ow. So I said, I'm so sorry, dude, because it was like right on his head. I stepped on the dude's head. Then I stepped again, and I stepped on his wrist. So I said, I'm sorry, dude, are you okay? At least he kind of stayed in character, like he didn't say if he was okay. But I said, just please do not call security on me. Then there was security waiting at the exit, and they were like, oh, I'm already here. They did not really care. I'm sure he was just acting, but it seemed pretty realistic. So anyways, Aftermath. I really like Aftermath. They have lots of cool effects in there. And all that. Aftermath, the only problem with Aftermath is they reset way too fast. It's like they let people in way too fast. Because when we were going in, I was in the back of the 10-person group. So like it was like 3 other groups with our group. pretty much. So we were in the back of the other group, so we kind of saw them resetting, because they let people in, like, every 30 seconds. So I'd say if they can just, like, add, like, 15 more seconds before they let people in, then it would be fine. But Aftermath, that's always pretty good. They have really cool effects, lots of police sirens, and all that. So it's pretty much, it's an Aftermath. There's police and all that trying to get you out, blah, blah, blah. The criminals are trying to kill you. Makes me miss Cell Block 6 and Wicked Woods. Wonder if they'll ever return. Anyways. So yeah, Aftermath. It's a pretty good maze. I always get some nice jump scares out of that, because there's a lot of places that the characters can hide. They just cannot, like, stay with your group for a while. They have to reset. So I think it's not S tier, but I also don't think it's B tier. So put it right in the middle. I think it's an A tier maze. I always enjoy that. But The Conjuring. So next is The Conjuring. I'm sure you all know what The Conjuring is. It's a movie. It's with the nun. Possessed. They like to possess people. They have the holy water. And yeah, Conjuring. I'm sorry to say this. It really, really disappointed me. Like, I was expecting a lot more out of The Conjuring. I don't think I got scared once in that maze. Like, there was no jump scares. I mean, I liked it kind of, because they were kind of telling the storyline. I feel like it was more them telling the storyline than actually trying to scare people. So, yeah. I'm not a big fan. I waited. Luckily, I did it during power hours, so luckily I was not disappointed after waiting 2 hours. I was only disappointed after waiting 25 minutes. But yeah, I got holy water on me, so I guess that's a good thing. But yeah, Conjuring, I was really disappointed for them, because it's not Six Flags scare actors, so I was really hoping, because I know that people that do Universal stuff was running that and Saw. Just Saw an X. Saw an X, no, Saw's last. Because I know that they did all the IEP mazes. I think that's the word. People that did some of the stuff for Universal. So I was really disappointed thinking about that. So therefore, I think I'm going to have to leave that in between Fears and the Manor in C tier. It's a real shame. I was really looking forward to it, but wasn't that good. Next is Reflections of the Dead. Reflections of the Dead is a really cool maze. It is a mirror maze. So you go through the mirror maze and all that. There's scare actors waiting at the mirrors. You have to try not to touch them, or else they will touch you, blah, blah, blah. So it's pretty hard to not touch them, but you got to do what you got to do. And it is actually, so, like, they will turn the lights off for, like, a good 4 seconds. So, like, it'll be, like, shining bright lights, but then they'll go, cha-ching! Then the lights will turn off for about 4 seconds. Then the scare actors will find you. Then the lights turn off and there's a scare actor in your face. So it can actually be really, really scary, that one. Like, I did get scared a few times in there. I'm gonna be honest, I think I got scared in almost all the mazes, except Conjuring. Like, you could see me, like, I did not get scared too much in the scare zones, but in the mazes, I jump a lot. I'm not, like, one that'll scream, I'm one that'll jump. But Reflections, that made me jump a few times when the lights turned off, then a scare actor would be in there. And the actors in there are really good. Like, they'll, like, taunt you, like, that's not the right way, when it actually is. You'll never escape. You'll be stuck with us. I really like that maze. Therefore, and it's fun that it is in a mirror maze. So that's lots of fun. But there's also another room where there's a teddy bear that seems like it's real, but it's not. It's cool. So I'm going to leave it in A tier. Wow, the two things that are right next to each other are in A tier. Next is Big Top Terror. This one, I really, really enjoy Big Top Terror as always. It is so cool with the 3D stuff. And the actors, they look so cool. And when we went for Power Hours, we were with this really fun group. This characters were taunting them so much, and they were like, no, you're so pretty, please do not scare me. Then they would go like, Wah! Then they would scream and run. That group was so fun, so they made my experience amazing. So if you were watching this, and you were there, October 26th, and you were with our group, thank you for making the maze amazing. Scare actors, great job taunting them and tormenting them. That was so much fun. That group really made it so that it was a great experience. So anyways, Big Top Terror, that is pretty much a 3D clown maze that you go through. So you go through with 3D glasses. All the stuff is 3D. It makes it really cool. As you can see by the clown in the picture over there. She's 3D and all that. And it is so cool. I really, really enjoy that maze. And then they have a good amount of, like, scare scenes where they'll, like, jump out. And at the end, there's a clown with a horn that'll, like, really, really scare you. So therefore, with all the jump scares and the group that I was with, I'm going to have to put our first S tier to Big Top Terror. Congratulations, Big Top Terror. Next is Bloodshed. Bloodshed, you meet Mama, and they're trying to cook you up for dinner, and they're trying to get your, all of your bones, and your hands, and your arms, and all that. They're trying to get all of that so that they can cook you up and feed you to Mama. Mama's an old lady, she's in a rocking chair, and all that. It is a really cool maze. I really enjoy that maze all the time. Definitely another one of my favorites. What was I going to say about it? Oh, yeah, there's also a good chainsaw moment at the end, which I think is the only maze I saw a chainsaw this year, which actually really made me upset. Because I always enjoy when there's chainsaws at the end. But yeah, that maze is amazing. I don't know if I said that. They have great props in there. Because, like, all the axes and stuff that they need. And the scare actors are, like, really interactive with you. So props to them. They'll be like, are you ready to see Mama? Mama's waiting for you. How are you today? You look fresh. So, yeah. So props to them scare actors that were in Bloodshed this year. Because you guys did phenomenal. Like, you really entertained me. I don't think that it'll be beating Big Top Terror, though. But I also don't think that it is worse than Aftermath and Reflections. So therefore, I'm going to have to put it in front of Aftermath. In front of Aftermath. Oh, there we go. In front of Aftermath. And yeah. I really like that maze. That maze is always fun. A lot of jump scenes. The chainsaw dude at the end is very unexpected. You got some shovels in there. And yeah, last but not least, we have Saw X. That is a lot better than The Conjuring for the IEP. Why do I keep on saying IEP? I don't know. That's not the name. I don't know what the name is. But for the specialty mazes. For the specialty mazes that are not run by Six Flags and get separate scare actors, it is a lot better than Conjuring. There's actually a lot of good scare moments with the piggies. So the piggies will come out. And the actors, they are really good. The ones that are in the machines. Like, they can yell. I do not know how they do not lose their voices, which I'm going to mention at the end. After I say my final review of all the mazes combined. The actors are amazing. I really like the props that they put in there. The props are very, very cool. Like, the stuff that they used to, like, actually make it seem like that they were in the game. The pigs, they got really scary pigs. So that's what I'm saying. They got, like, really scary pigs. Like, They have a lot of good jump areas that they will jump out at you and all that stuff. So therefore, I don't think it's better than Big Top Terror, but I also don't think that it's worse than Bloodshed. So therefore, I think it's going to have to go into S tier with Big Top Terror. And actually, unfortunately, I think I am going, after further review, I think I am going to have to move someone. So my final moving people, I think I'm unfortunately going to have to move Reflections of the Dead down to B tier. Right in the middle. It is a mid-tier maze. So there's no D tier mazes on this, which makes Six Flags look very good. So yeah. Also, I'm saying this with a perspective. So like people are probably going to be like, so like the people that are like really into scary things that go like all around the country, that go to like SeaWorld stuff and Universal stuff, they're probably going to be like, how is there no D tier? I have never been to any of them like really, really scary like Universal stuff. So therefore, I'm not too sure like what the difference is. I think if I would have been there, then the tier list would be completely different thinking about that. But maybe I'll go there one day. Maybe I will to check it out. And yeah, so my final, I think that this year at Six Flags was amazing with the mazes. They got lots of good scare actors to put in them. The Conjuring and, well, Saw was amazing. Conjuring was alright. And yeah, I think that it was a great year with Six Flags trying out doing the Conjuring and Saw. Who knows, if we get a good scary movie coming out next year, maybe we will have another maze like that. That Six Flags doesn't run, that they just bring in. Because I think that is a very unique idea. Reminds me of Universal, which I think that they're trying to be like. Because they are bringing in, because like now they're bringing up like pop-up shops for them around the park. Like there's like 2 Fright Fest shops I think are like an all year round thing. And yeah. So props to the scare actors. I do not know how you do not lose your voice. I was in a haunted house for 1 hour. I went through like 30 groups or... No, not like that. I went through like... Actually, no, about 30 minutes. And I went through like 10 groups and I lost my voice. Oh. So I do not know how you guys do it, but props to all of you guys. And let me just say, Aftermath, the only reason that you stayed up there was because of the frog mascot thing. That creepy frog mascot thing. It's the only reason that you guys stayed up in A tier. And because I stepped on the dude. No clue who was in that frog mascot thing. But great job not dying in that thing. And yeah. Overall for Fright Fest this year, for mazes out of 10, I would give a 7.5 out of 10. Just, it would have been a little higher, but Conjuring disappointed me. Fears and Manor, you can't really expect much for that. But yeah. Next time, we will be stepping foot in haunted mazes, which will probably, unfortunately, be Fears and Manor. Will be, if they do it again, which I hope that they did, because I think it turned out great. Scream Break. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. That is going to end this video. Let me know if you would change anything on my tier list. Just no hate in the comments. And that's going to end this thing. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment down below. And I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to look out for like 1 or 2 more Fright Fest videos with a 2022 versus 2023 Unleashed and Dead.